Welcome back to Bash Bros in episode 88 of Notorious Pro Wrestling, the TEW Let's Play series, where we find out what exactly would happen if Conor McGregor started his own wrestling promotion. Lads, I'm not gonna lie, I have not played this game in like a month. I recorded, I think, like 8 episodes in really quick succession and got them edited in really quick succession. And then just forgot about it. Not that I forgot about it. So Nick has started his F1 manager long play, which is pretty much, that is these are the shows that we put out on a weekly basis. The feed the algorithm, and obviously we cannot we can't really record at the same time. So we're almost like having to book out our game room, our recording room, so that we can actually go and record stuff. But yeah, so that's why you will need to bear with me, because, complete honesty, I can't remember storylines, I can't remember my booking plans. I'm looking at my notes now and I'm like, why am I doing this? What the fuck? So yeah, it's going to be a bit weird. I will probably and I will and I will but just bear with me this episode. I'm going to get back into the swing of things and that'll be it. And it's really funny because this is like the last episode of this block. So I recorded 3 episodes and then didn't record for like a month and then recorded this one. So like for you guys, it's just, week after week after week after week for episode. But nah, this will feel completely different to the last couple of episodes because it's been so long for me. But we are back for the We Rise PPV. We originally were not going to come back for this due to the fact I didn't really have any big storyline beats happening. However, a news article happened, which you will see in a minute, that completely threw up my booking plans for one of the storylines. So yeah, I'm a little bit of a bad thing happened. It's so bad, holy shit. So yeah, that'll happen. So that happened, and it's changed the storylines for going forward. One of the storylines going forward. So before we get into the news, before we get into the match card for the PPV, let's take a wee look at the P12 for the new Notorious Pro Wrestling Intercontinental Championship and how everyone is looking in that. Here is Block A as it sits currently. Easton Reese is first. Easton Reese in a block with Ray Phoenix is top. Yeah. I know. Then on joint 3 points we have Sonico, Ray and Miles Kamen. And bottom of the barrel, the 2 feuding members of Dynasty, Davey Boy Smith and Joe Hennig. Moving on to Block B then, top of the pile, recently debuted Claudio Castagnoli with 6 points. Second then, Kip Sabian with 3, joint third, Ace and Mark, and bottom of the bunch, Will Hobbs and Stevie Boy. Will Hobbs keeps being done dirty in the P12, I realised. He was there last year and he was here this year, and I really have been mean to him. Which is weird, because I really like Will Hobbs in real life. Moving on to news then, let's start with a little bit of in-house news. As discussed recently on one of the Rev Pro episodes, we have had a couple of call-ups. So, B. Priestley has officially been called up to the main roster along with Jamie Hayter. Both fantastic English talent. They are definitely going to be feuding with Maki Ito and Riho and Maiko Satomura. Sooner rather than later. Not sure I'm going to drop the belt onto B just yet, due to the fact she has still quite a lot of dates with New Japan, and that is a big clash. New Japan very demanding in their schedule, and I don't really want an absent champion. As we continue to move towards medium and we hopefully start to sign exclusive contracts, yep, absolutely, she'll probably be the first we go to sign. And I assume probably once we do sign her to an exclusive deal, yeah, she will be a future Notorious Pro Wrestling champion. And another Rev Pro call-up, Ricky Knight Jr., current real life Rev Pro champion, recently beat Will Ospreay for it. Yep, he will be debuting with Brittany Knight as his manager. We signed Brittany a good while ago. But yes, so they're going to be partnered up. I'm hoping for good chemistry because they're family members, but we'll see. Ricky does need a mouthpiece. As you can see here, his entertainment skills are not great, below average. So a good mouthpiece, and I can absolutely assure you that Brittany Knight / Paige / Shariah, as she recently debuted as in AEW in real life, is exactly that, a fantastic mouthpiece. Like, all green all the time. It's a shame he didn't get called up sooner. I probably would have put him into the P12 for the Intercontinental Championship. He will definitely kind of start off in that area, in the mid-card area to begin with, just until we see how his in-ring skills correlate across to the main roster. Down in Rev Pro, he's kind of pulling out high 50s, 60s, and that is definitely, if he's doing 60s, that's main event. If it's high 50s, probably more upper mid-card for us on the main roster. Next bit of internal news, Kenny Williams, if you do remember, he entered contract negotiations with the big dub, WWE, and in my mind, he was pretty much going out the door, but it has turned out WWE have not renewed his contract and allowed it to expire, so I believe he is now just working for us. Oh no, us in ICW, that's grand. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. I love Kenny Williams in real life. I think his Scum of the Earth gimmick he's been doing in NXT UK, before unfortunately that folded in real life, was some of his best work. I think he was always very good in ICW as like the bollocks, but like that Scum of the Earth thing, he just was so good at playing this Weasley scummy bastard. So yeah, I'm happy he's kind of just kept within the Six Nations alliance with us and ICW. Tess is up the duff. Tessa is up the duff. Yeah, unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, this is going to put a bit of a rush on our Dynasty versus Dynasty Civil War, and it's probably going to change some of the plans. The original plan was going to be, we were going to have the tag match tonight, which is still going ahead. At the next pay-per-view then, we would have the singles matches between the four members, so Tessa versus Zia and Joe versus Davey, with Tessa then winning that. Zia going down the Rev Pro, Davey probably winning against Joe. I just think there's more potential in Davey, especially with Natalia as his manager. Dynasty would then regroup and get in Tully Blanchard as their manager, more so for Joe than for Tessa, but we'll see if they have good chemistry. If they have good chemistry, we'll put them together. And finally then they were going to recruit in our recently signed Cody Rhodes as a heel, as the American Nightmare. Again, Cody really fits into this whole idea of the entitled, you know, generational wrestler with Dynasty. Yes, that's all going to change now. Unfortunately so. Fuck. Yeah, I just had so many plans and it's just not going to happen now. Do you remember I said there was a news article that happened and it has completely thrown up my booking plans for one of our storylines? This is it. Oh, how art can imitate life. Kip Sabian had an affair with Vicky Haskins, and Mark Haskins now hates Kip Sabian, rightly so, obviously. But it's pretty fucked considering that was literally the storyline we were doing, was like Kip stole Angelina Love and Vicky Haskins away from Mark and Ace. Oh man. Oh dude. Okay, so my plan is, and I know it's distasteful, and I know AEW did the exact same thing, which they fucking shouldn't have, but this is ones and zeros, so morality is not an issue. Nah, it's kind of an issue. Vicky is going to turn on Mark at this pay-per-view, which is why we're coming back for the We Rise pay-per-view. And then we'll be the valet of Kip Sabian properly going forward. And then just to maintain a better, higher morale locker room, Mark has got to go down to Rev Pro. I feel so bad, it's not his fault. He didn't cheat, Kip and Vicky did. Oh, yeah, I know. Look, I need to remember that this is a game. I need to remember this is a game. So that's what's going to happen. I think Mark will do really well down in Rev Pro by himself, pumping out bangers. But yes, just to maintain a peaceful locker room. That's how it's going to go. WWE made a couple of hires. I'm not going to go into massive detail. There's no massive names in them. So Zicky Dice was hired. I haven't given him a silly name yet, but he has been joined. He'll probably go into the 24/7 category like everyone else. Chuckles the Clown was hired. I did rename him. He is Giggles. Fuck me. Tony Deadman was also hired. He is Brendan Lee, which actually does sound like a name one of the guys would get if they went to WWE. The weirdest bit about this all is actually they're going directly into WWE. They're not going to NXT, and I find that weird. Brian Myers has been hired back as Kurt Hawkins. WWE just making moves, I don't know why. Rhett Titus also. Yeah, I'm not going to say, I don't want to go into too much detail. There's no big names there. Okay lads, that is it for all the news. So let's, as always, take a look at the matches happening tonight and the storylines leading into them. Mark Haskins and Ace Austin were facing each other and so concentrated on beating one another that they didn't see Kip Sabian slide in the back door. That's a way to phrase that. Seducing both Vicky Haskins, that's aged poorly. Oof. And Angelina Love, he has been living up to a super bad moniker, has a woman on each arm. Both Ace and Mark have tried desperately to get their partners back, but it just ain't happening. So how are they going to settle things? God damn it, you know how, in the middle of the ring like fucking wrestlers do. Mark challenged Kip Sabian to a match tonight to get some measure of retribution. And just to add more sizzle to the steak, it is a part of their P12 block. So not only is the love of a fine woman on the line, 3 points in the tournament are also there on the line. Grizzled Young Vets have been on a roll recently as a part of the Prestige faction with Nick Aldis and kind of member, kind of not member, Easton Reese, winning the number one contendership and desperate to get back the tag gold that they lost about over a year ago? Many moons ago, we'll just leave it at that. But they are the only team on a hot streak. Aussie Open have been slapping down contenders left and right, and not only the Notorious Pro Wrestling Champions, but also the Rev Pro Tag Champions. One of these two teams' hot streaks has to end tonight, and not only that, but the winner will walk away with the Notorious Pro Wrestling Tag Team Championships. Oh, the Dynasty Civil War has been brewing for a while now. Tessa got a little bit too big for her boots and started slapping and shouting and all other nasty things. And finally, Zia Brookside, of all people, was the one that stood up to her first. Following in Zia's footsteps, Davey Boy Smith started to develop a little bit of a backbone and realised he wasn't happy with the way that Tessa was treating them. But what about Davey and Joe? What about the former tag team champions? Joe walked out on Davey during the number one contenders match, clearly aligning with Tessa in this feud. The only person he hasn't chosen a side yet is Natalia, trying to be the voice of reason in all this conflict. But she will have to pick a side tonight as Davey Boy and Zia Brookside team up to take on Joe Henning and Tessa Blanchard. Dynasty versus Dynasty. The descent into madness continues for Crazy Mary Dobson, being manipulated by that dastardly Jake the Snake Roberts. With the backing of the master, Jake, she has continued to rack up wins and found herself last month in a title match against Maki Ito, in which Maki barely survived and scraped by a win to retain the title. Maki may be a bit too boisterous, not realising just how much danger she's in when she's in the ring with Crazy Mary Dobson. Maki claims she's just as crazy as Dobson. I don't think that's right though. Maiko and Riho have tried to reason with Maki, but Maki, once again, letting her ego get in the way, allowed Crazy Mary Dobson to pick the stipulation tonight, and being her forte, Mary picked a hardcore match. So tonight it will be Maki Ito versus Crazy Mary Dobson in a hardcore match for the Notorious Pro Wrestling Women's Championship. For months and months, Pac has made Notorious Pro Wrestling his playground of pain. Can you tell I don't script these? Brutalizing Grado, brutalizing Connor, just fucking everyone. He just beat the shit out of everyone with chairs, with the belt, his feet, his fists. Pac has been unstoppable. And it's gotten to the stage now where Connor is calling upon the long-standing wrestlers of Notorious to try and dethrone him. But who can stand up to a villain like Pac? I'll tell you who. A real fucking hero. Chris Hero. It's so fucking dumb. Yes, Chris Hero, the first ever Notorious Pro Wrestling champion, is stepping up to win back the crown jewel of Notorious Pro Wrestling, the NPW Championship itself. That is it. That is 5 matches. That's all you're getting tonight. As I said, this actually wasn't supposed to even be an episode, but here we are. Without further ado, let's book the show, shall we? Okay, and we are back, coming at you from the Limerick Concert Hall. It is Notorious Pro Wrestling's We Rise pay-per-view, the first pay-per-view of the year 2023. In terms of booking, how did it go? There was a couple of issues. I had no plans for the pre-show, at all. So I put on the most random crap you will see, including a 6-man tag against the Embassy versus Filthy Generation, and then Ken Malmsteen versus Will Hobbs, which will be a squash match, which Will Hobbs will win. Other bit of news is Mark Haskins didn't want to do the job to Kip. Couldn't possibly imagine why. No idea, other than he boned his wife while still married. Eesh. Let's just start the show. One more bit of news is I'm taking a risk in the main event. So Chris Hero, Pac, very good wrestlers. I have put in the spectacle note. And it's a bit of a risk, and I'm aware it's a bit of a risk, but I do think these are 2 of our best wrestlers, and I think they can do it. If there's anyone who could do it, it would be these 2 guys. Right, well, let's see how this goes. Starting off on the pre-show in a 6-man tag match, the British Wrestling Embassy defeated Filthy Generation when Miles Kamen tapped out Aspen Faith. Thomas had a 47, Mark had a 46, Miles a 58. Miles is really good. Aspen a 47, Lewis a 50, Stevie Boy 53. Managerial bonus then for Miles and Doug, 55 overall, which is good. That's not bad. Backstage promo then, Jen asked Will Hobbs about Jay Lethal's offer about being his new bodyguard, and he ignores the question, saying he does not care about Jay Lethal, he only wants to concentrate on himself going forward. 52 rated promo. And then moving on to a squash match, Will Hobbs defeated Ken Malmsteen with a frog splash. Still don't understand how it's his finisher. In a 48 rated match, Ken 32, Will 53. It's good from Will. Then on to our main show. Kip defeated Mark Haskins in 14:33, gaining 3 points in the P12. Kip a 61, very good. Mark a 57, also good. Overall a 62 rated match. So they actually outperformed, which is good and bad. Post-match then, Kip Sabian then starts to attack Mark Haskins with a chair. Vicky runs in, kind of huddles over him, crying, asking him to stop. But then the crying kind of turns to laughter, and like this bitch goes crazy laughter. And she kind of throws Mark's head. She'd be like cradling Mark's head and throws it to the canvas. And then she goes and gets the baseball bat. So that is the baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire is actually a bit of a staple to Mark and Vicky's kind of gimmicks. So she then gets that from another ring, gives it to Kip instead, kind of symbolizing the Kip's the new Bay, I guess. Kip then uses that and continues to destroy Mark with a barbed wire baseball bat. Angelina Love, who's at ringside, kind of just like, oh shit, these 2 are crazy. Kip and Vicky then leave with Angelina looking very concerned. So we will turn Vicky heel, and it's a complete success. Yeah, 60 rated segment overall, which is okay. Next up, onto the Dynasty Civil War. And this match is going to be bad because Natalya hasn't turned face yet, and because she's the manager of Zia and Davey Boy, you get a penalty whenever your manager and face aren't on the same disposition. So I wasn't expecting massive things from this match, but we'll see. So Dynasty defeated Dynasty. Davey Boy and Zia defeated Joe and Tessa in 15:05 after Davey Boy pinned Joe Henning following a turn from Natalia turning on Tessa. Zia had a 48, still not great from Zia. Davey a 53, which is good. Tessa a 52, which is good. Joe a 46, that's actually the worst he's performed in a while. Wow. Joe and Tessa, okay, so that's why Joe and Tessa don't have great chemistry as a team. That's fair enough. A managerial bonus for Davey Boy and Natalia for chemistry, however, yeah, as I said, Davey and Zia are faces and Natalia is yet to turn face, but we'll do that now. And it was a complete success. It was a 52 match, like I said, that is still okay for us, but yeah, not great. All four of these guys can do a lot better. Speaking of doing better, in a superb match, Aussie Open defeated Grizzled Young Vets in 18-21 with the fidget spinner. Defense number 7 for Aussie Open. Zach a 63, James a 63, Kyle a 68, Mark a 64. All good shit from all good wrestlers. Fuck me. Have these teams faced each other in real life? I know Grizzled Young Vets have obviously been signed to WWE for a while now, but like, man, have these guys never faced each other in real life? They must have. Progress probably did it years ago. But I would love to see modern day Grizzled Young Vets, not the Triad or whatever the fuck they're called now, but modern day Grizzled Young Vets versus modern day Aussie Open. That would be sick. That would be sick. 67 overall. That is amazing. That is nearly in the 70s. Awesome. Next up in a superb match, Maki Ito defeated Crazy Mary Dobson via pinfall after the return of Mad Marley Quinn. Yes, she's back from her fractured skull injury. Fuck my life. That sounds horrible, doesn't it? And that's defense number 4 for Maki Ito. Mary got a 56, Maki got a 59, and lots of bonuses there for various reasons. Okay, so how this would work would be, as it's a hardcore match, they maybe kind of go towards the crowd. The match would happen towards the end of the match. They would go towards the crowd. Hooded figure would stand up from the crowd and pull the hood down, and it would be Mad Marley Quinn. And this would obviously, Crazy Mary Dobson would then freak the fuck out, leading to probably like a roll up maybe on the outside. Because it's a hardcore match, pinfalls can happen on the outside. And then Crazy Mary Dobson looks back and Mad Marley Quinn's disappeared. Something like that. So yeah, this will be the return of Mad Marley Quinn. Long-term story will be Mary Dobson will turn back face and join Mad Marley Quinn once again. Then they will have a wee mini feud with Maki Ito and Riho and Maiko. So a wee tag team match or two. And then finally, Raven Creed will replace Crazy Mary Dobson in like that in the female role of Jake's faction. Kind of the crazy aspect of that fits in well there. So yeah, that's still like this still got like 3-4 months left on it. It's a long storyline. 61 rated, which is good. So following their loss, the Grizzled Young Vets find Nick Aldis backstage and like, yo, where was our support? Why did you not help us? And he asked, look, just be patient. I have a plan and it can't happen right away. 60 rated segment, which is good. And a backstage promo from Pac. He dares Conor McGregor just to send everyone at him at once. 63. Right. Main event time. How will the spectacle match instruction affect? I'm hoping positively. What am I expecting from them? What do I expect? I would expect high 60s originally from Pac versus Chris Hero. I'd like it to break into the 70s. If the spectacle instruction is done right, it should boost it up enough into the 70s. But I will settle for high 60s. That's the best way to describe it. Because it's a risk. I don't know. I very rarely use maybe like the spectacle or like the epic match instructions. Because what I consider to be a good worker is different from what the game considers to be a good worker. So we're going to have to find out. 79. Wow, that did help. Holy shit. Fuck me. Okay, so an exceptional match. Pac defeated Chris Hero in 1959 with the Brutalizer. Defense number 4 for Pac. Hero to 65, which is, I can't tell if that's good or not. Like Chris is no longer kind of like our pinnacle worker. Like with Penta and Ray and Gresham all coming through, you know, Hero isn't like the guy. He's still good. He's still very good, but he's not like the best worker we have anymore. But I'd still say that's good. It's definitely prime Chris Hero. A pack in 82, yeah, PAX is good. I can't even say PAX is really good, guys. 69, yeah, I'm more than happy with that. Oh, I should have done a Conor McGregor promo and I could have gotten 80. Oh, why did I not do a Conor McGregor promo? Fuck! Oh, shit, I could have gotten 80 rated show. A Conor McGregor or a Makito promo could have pushed this into the 80s with a 79 main event. Hindsight, you bastard, right? Let's finish the show. 74. That, like, I really think an 80, like one decent 80 rated promo, and we could have fucking. So angry, right? 74 is still awesome. I'm really happy with that. Say we were lacking that one killer promo, and maybe one or two disappointing matches. Definitely, the Dynasty match is disappointing, but considering the circumstances, that is to be expected. Okay, guys, that is it for this episode. There is no news to discuss. The next time you guys will be back, right? So it's gonna be a flip of a coin, really. So you will either be back for the Obsession pay-per-view, where we're gonna have a big debut, possibly our biggest to date, or back sooner. We in the month of February are due to have our very first graduate class of Fight School students. So as you know, we have the Fight School students, which are like the NIC, the Billington Bulldogs, etc, etc, etc. But these will actually be graduates from the Fight School, so that you'll see any batch of them maybe come into Rev Pro. And I think whenever that happens, we'll maybe look at releasing some of the Rev Pros guys who maybe just aren't cutting it. So yeah, I'll leave it at that to say maybe. So it could be the Obsession pay-per-view, or it could possibly be sooner. Thank you as always for joining me. If you did like this episode, leave a like and subscribe to the Bash Bros channel for more Notorious and many other great shows. Like Nick's newest series, Williams to World Racing Champion. I fucked that up. What is? I don't know what his show's called. It's like Williams to something. Williams to World Drivers Champion. Got it in one take. Which goes up every Sunday. If you have any suggestions for storylines, feuds, tag teams, stables, you name it, put it in the comments and I will try and book it for you. Shook the Great, who you commented on one of the Rev Pro episodes, haven't got around yet to exporting a save file. You did ask about it, so absolutely I will try to get that done. My picture pack as well. Pretty much my picture pack is just something I downloaded years ago and I've just gradually over time added more and more stuff to it. But yes, I will try and get those things done for you guys. If you want to say, I'm kind of surprised people want to play this. Did not think there'd be much interest in like a wee UK promotion, but yeah, absolutely. I can try and get that uploaded somewhere for you guys. So guys, with all that being said, thank you as always for your support. It's been amazing. And yeah, I will see you next time on Bash Bros.